Yes. So today I'm going to have a short broadcast. I'm working from home, and yeah. So I could not actually to work. I wanted to save some time and start working right away. But I hope you guys are doing well today. So today is one. Yesterday I wasn't able to do the inspection. The gentleman got busy, and yeah, he will reschedule. So how did we end up buying a Mark II at 9 million? So that's the story I'm telling you today. I hope you're doing well. So I want you to ask me all questions regarding that Mark II. Only the Mark II. Timumbuza bibuzo bidala. Only the Mark II. Oli mutuufu nnyo ne kuwa boy. Like and share. Like and share. Good morning, Martha, Antonio, Princess Akia, Deep in Coffee, Joshua, Nick, Richard, Abby, and Andrew. I hope you guys are doing well today. It's going to be a short broadcast today. Ask, Abby, ask. Little Boss Ronnie, good morning. Abdul Sengendo, good morning. I'm telling you the story today. Yeah, Mark II. This is your time to ask. Yeah. Good morning, 1AJ. Buliaja Live, you like the broadcast. The like button is down there. Wow. You see down there? This is, I think this side. There are so many words there, then you'll see that the like thing. Like. Good morning, Nsereko. So, 2 days ago, about a week, this gentleman contacts me and he wants a Toyota Alteza. Musa, we'll talk about the Kluger on Friday or tomorrow. Today we are strictly talking about the Mark II. I helped someone buy a Mark II at 9 million 2 days ago. Yes, Ewarika Akagaru. Ewarika thumbs up, wow. So, why am I like this? Because I'm working from home today. But I can't miss my lovely broadcast. No way. So, Mark II. So, 2 weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, so this gentleman contacts me, and he says, of course, he's a lawyer like you, Patrick. Good morning, Patrick. Good morning, Gordon. Musa. Morning. Sigenda kwogera ku Kluger leero twogera ku Darius morning. Leero Musa twogera ku. So about 2 weeks ago, this gentleman contacts me, and he's a lawyer. So this I found out on the day we were buying a car. So he's a lawyer. So he contacted me 2 weeks ago and told me that he wanted to buy an Alteza. Okay, he strictly wanted the Alteza. He strictly wanted the Alteza, but he had a budget. So, well, Gordon, you can get my contact in the description. I personally need a Mactu as a project car, which I'm thinking to buy at a low cost, about 5 million, to be fixed with very slowly. Okay. Namukadde mpya Antonio, ojulira. Hey, namukadde mpya. Gordon. Good morning, Joseph. So, 2 weeks ago, Kambabuli story. I'm going to read those comments that require me to respond a little later. So he wants to buy an Alteza at 9 million. Now, I told him 9 million for the Alteza is a stretch. We would be lucky to get it. And he totally understood it. He told me, yes, I know my budget is low, but I really want the Alteza. Now, before I met him, I did not know why he wanted the Alteza. So apparently, he has 9 million, but he wants a car that will not make him look like a cheap lawyer, okay, when he goes to meet clients and all, okay. And he thought the Alteza would do this. Now I find that Alteza is okay, but I also find that the Alteza kinda is so what can I say, so youthy, okay, so youthy, ya chifubuka nyonyo, okay. And personally, I find that for a lawyer, the Alteza wouldn't make you look that. It wouldn't make you look that lawyery. I don't know if you mean you get what I'm meaning, Patrick. So, but this, I found out that he was a lawyer on the day we were buying, but he was strictly bent on buying the Alteza. Now, it's very tricky for one to get an Alteza at 9 million that is good. The chances are very high that if you get the Alteza, it will not be very good. Okay. So when we made a number of phone calls, when he booked like 2 days in advance, and he booked about 2 days in advance, and we made calls, and we couldn't get an Alteza that was so good. But before he came, the day before he came, someone told us they had an Alteza, and we went to see it with him. It didn't look that bad on the outside. Now I'm going to tell you why personally I would not advise anyone that is buying a car for to make them look good at work or something to buy the Alteza. One, the Alteza has a upholstery inside that is not really that comfortable. I think the Alteza was made cheap. Okay, when they made the Alteza, they were targeting young people. And these young people are not looking for something that really looks that nice, as long as it looks sporty. So they made this interior with cheap things. The seats themselves, it's like you're sitting on a bench. And they grab you and they are really hard. So I found that the Alteza wasn't that good. And this gentleman wanted to get comfort. So we got to this Alteza, and it doesn't really look that bad. And now here comes the twist. This is why it was available at 9 million. It had a Yamaha engine. You remember the engine I normally tell you not to buy if you're buying the Alteza? It had a Yamaha engine, and the Yamaha engine wasn't even that good. Now, I need you to understand one thing. The Yamaha engine also has Beams 2000 written on it. And this is, if you go, you may not be able to differentiate it. It has the word Beams 2000 written on it, but it's the Yamaha engine. Okay, now that one I would never ever encourage. And we looked at the interior the moment they opened the bonnet. I told them, don't even start the car, let's go, because it had the Yamaha engine. And first of all, when he told me he was a lawyer and he wanted something that looks comfortable, a lot of lawyers buy Mark IIs, by the way, if you didn't know. A lot of lawyers buy Mark IIs. Why do they buy Mark IIs? One, the Mark IIs are very comfy cars. Okay, they are very stable on the road. And if, for example, you are going to meet someone, you want to give your client a lift or something, if you came out of a Mark II, if we made it look really nice, the Mark II would kind of give you this prestige. Forget about all these things the brokers tell you, bichi. The Mark II is actually a very nice car. So when we looked at this Alteza, he sat in the Alteza. I made sure he sits in the Alteza to feel how it feels, to look at how it looks on the interior, because the interior of the Alteza is not really that comfortable. It doesn't really look that good. It's cheap on the interior. The Alteza is cheap. On the exterior, the Alteza looks sleek, but on the interior, it's really cheap. It looks cheap. So there was an old Mark II there. Nemugamba jangu. They refused to open because it wasn't on sale. So there was another Mark II inside the cupboard there. So we went and looked at it. Nemugamba tuulamu just because we were not going to buy that one. It had the engine mugongo gwambwa. So I didn't even first ask the price because the engine is not what we wanted. The engine mugongo gwamba in that Mark II jibaita JZ consumes fuel like it was sent to consume fuel. So that one, never buy a Mark II that has that engine. Even if you're buying it for a project car, you may never drive it. So good morning, Deep in Coffee, Brian Wabire, Innocent Mugabe, Derek Kauma, King Daniels, Aijuka Blair. Yes, good morning. So we looked at it. He sat in the car and he confirmed my thoughts. The Mark II is very comfortable. Okay, let me meet you guys and talk to this gentleman. Just a minute. So sorry about that, guys. No problem, Daniels. So I was telling you, engine mugongo gwambwa, don't buy it no matter what. It will consume fuel. I drove mugongo gwambwa and I've got mugongo gwambwa, and I'm telling you, it's not a pretty sight. It's not pretty for you to drive it. So anyway, he confirms that the car is actually comfortable, and I tell him, because the fact is we are not going to get an Alteza at 9 million. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Personally, if it were like a year ago, I would not buy that Mark II at 9 million, no matter what. No matter how good it was. A year ago, I wouldn't buy that Mark II at 9 million. I would actually advise him, take your money and go and keep it. But this is what happens. This is what is interesting about cars these days. Emoto kazalinya, to the extent that if you called me and asked me, after I have 10 million, what car can I get? I would actually hesitate. That's how bad the car prices are right now. That right now you can have 10 million and actually fail to get a good car of your choice. That with 10 million, ononye motoka eyo gwe nogamba nti nyina million 10 njagala ene motoka, like how you would say I have 10 million, I want a Spacio old model, and you actually fail to get a Spacio old model that is good. Why? Right now, because of the high car prices, everyone that has a car that is good doesn't want to sell. This is how it is happening. The cars are really expensive. There's a time I saw a certain broker selling a Corsa UAH at 8.5 million shillings. Of course, he would not sell it at 8.5. He would definitely sell it at 7 or 6.5. But you get what I'm saying. Until car prices are really high, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing how prices have gone high. You get. So after the moment I discovered that, okay, he knows the Mark II is much more comfortable, and for a lawyer, the Mark II will definitely work better for you than the Alteza. Why? Everything the Alteza has, it shares everything the Alteza has. Rear wheel drive, Mark II rear wheel drive. Spares down there, almost everything is the same as the Mark II as the Alteza. Bokuba kutukayo ball joints, even the Alteza kutukayo ball joint in a Mark II. The difference here is, in the Mark II, you'll be much more comfortable. Probably the length, because the Mark II is really long compared to the Alteza. Now, the Alteza, you'd buy it because you want to look sporty, because you're a young person. That's the only reason I would buy the Alteza. But then the Mark II, if you're a kind of person that works, and you want to drive a car ogivuge n'obuvunanyizibwa ogiparking ku court. For example, for you lawyers like Patrick, you definitely drive the Mark II and park it at court, and you get out of your car. No way wechitibwa kusinga obuvubuka jidde mu Alteza. Of course, they are both cars, and if you have a client, you're definitely up there. So we make calls to get the Mark II because this Mark II wasn't buyable. We make calls, and there's a broker that tells us they know someone that has a Mark II, and then another one tells us the same. So we drive to the first spot, and the Mark II they told us about is not there, because that Mark II, the first Mark II was 8 million. They sold 8 million, and then we go to the second Mark II, which was in a person's home. This one that we bought. So we go to this place, and we first look at the Mark II before we know the price. And this Mark II was really, really nice. It was the Regalia. Trim levels. Now it's that Mark II was the Regalia. It has totally different interior from the normal Mark IIs. The interior is not actually, I don't know how to describe it, because if you look at the pictures I took of that car, the seat covers are actually different. The seats, the color is different. The interior is kind of different from the normal interior. It's the Regalia. About trim level, it's kind of different from the normal Mark II Musotas that we see. Because what Mark II Musota zilimu grand, what Regalia and Regency. Now Regency and Regalia are not very common. It's just the normal Mark II. Even the grand in the Mark II Musota is not common. It's just the normal Mark II that is there that is very common. So this was a Regalia. Now this guy tried to take good care of his car. One thing that I found interesting about this car, why I accepted this car was worth its price. Onoga yeri avuga moroka ye. Yagitekamu screen radio. It was really clean. Ajoza bulungi. Ngiragira danti omuntu atekamu moroka yo buwowe bwe buli omo bichi. And then the engine was new. And then we start, the suspension was also good. Masa wabade ukubagana, it might be the ball joints need to be changed, but that's typical of any old car you're going to buy. You'll find that there is stuff that you need to fix. So he actually did not want to sell, but I think the brokers wanted to eat money, so they convinced him to sell. Because after we signed the agreement and got the transfer forms, he said, even the wife came. After they counted money and they were walking away. So after we drive, the guy says, the broker tells us the guy wants 9.5 million. Now I know the 0.5 is for the brokers. So we try to bargain katumwe million monana, because I normally want my person. Now, there are times, because I've driven Mark IIs, I know the Mark IIs in the market. There are times you come to a car, no jitunudya nawe ngojiraba. Ngaluo wolabira ddala ng'omusajja price gyayogedde ejja mu motoka ye because of what he has done on his car. Emipiira gy'abaddeko nga you can drive for like 5 months. Okitegeera abo bovuga bulungi, you can drive for like 5 months because the Mark II eseerera. So emipiira gy'emabega they are bound to wear out easily if you don't know how to drive the Mark II. But bobo jivuze bulungi emipiira gyonna gyali kyavugayo emyezi ng'etaano. It had the police receipt of 100 and police receipt of 120. And so we were telling this guy katukwe 8 million to sasulira ekipapula. Okay? And the brokers in the bali mezama guy agala million mwenda n'ekitwandi, know the brokers, they will never give you the number of the owner. So what we did is we drove away. So we drove away to go see other Mark IIs and possibly Altezas. Now this is where it gets interesting. All these other cars we were seeing that people were saying 7 million, 7.5, Smanya 8 million. My God. You guys, the market is war. The market is war. Sometimes you can help someone buy. Kanojirabanga price ebadde wagguluko from what I expected. Naye nga ate gwe kye mulabye mu katale. Mu kimanyi kye mulabye mu katale. Nti emmoloka envundu ziri mu katale. Now there are two instances when you're buying a car. The first instance is you being bent on saving money. You buy something that is cheap but will disturb you in the end. Okay? You buy something that is cheap but one thing that will disturb you in the end. Nti ogule moroka nga ogenda chigula there and then ng'olina oteekako emipiira ogule moroka ng'erimu ekigwo ogule moroka like there is one Mark II we saw that is the estate version, the Mark II Grand, the estate version. The exhaust nga bagisibisa miguwa. On top of that, the interior was okay but almost trashed. The engine nga nfu. Okitegeera. The body nga ya amatara bagasako obuntu bwa black. The lights were really bad nadala age mabega. Kugamanga the moment you buy that car there and then mu garage awo wenyini because it was parked in a parking that looked like the garage, like a garage. So there and then ngotandikira okukanika. Chokango uli agamba mbo ayagala million oba 8, which means that he was saying probably like 7 or 6.5. Okitegeera. But why would I advise someone to buy a car at 7 million? Nga there and then atandika okukanika. Nga byagenda okukanika tetubimanyi. Because the car that is ng'exhaust bagiwanise buwanise but ingine limu akatokoto obubiye wadobo yagala ku save and kangule moroka million 6 n'ekitundu zile million 2 ekitundu ezisigadde ziyinza okugwira mu moroka neera nitatambula bulungi. Now the other Mark II we bought, the AC was ice cold, tekuliko ku refilling, tekuliko chi. Later we realized it even had 2 alarm systems. Yateka alarm isoka ndoza nechankarana, he just bought another alarm and put it there. So they gave this gentleman 2 keys of the alarm. All he has to do is get someone that can fix that alarm because it's wano chabade techikola on the driver side. You could not lock with the key, you had to lock from the other side. But if you make the alarm work, you don't really need the key, you lock and unlock with the alarm. So after that particular Mark II we drove ate Mark II ndala jetulaba nga yate embi nnyo. It was a newer number plate than the one we bought naye nga yakigo. We didn't even start the engine. Yabadde yakigo. The interior was trashed. Okitegeera. And then there was someone later Mark II, but the guy that had the Mark II that would have been better abeera nnyo n'emmotoka enzibe. Asobola n'okuguza emmotoka etali yiye. So he's notorious for that. Now, one thing you need to understand, that the Mark IIs in the market right now, it's very hard to find someone. Why are police resites so common to cars in Uganda? Are those fines are not avoidable? I don't know. You mean the police receipts? No, it so happens that people take road laws for granted. Don't talk on phone, people talk on phone. Ekipapula kya mitwalo mwenda. Now, bwekiba kipapula kya mitwalo mwenda, it becomes 50% if you don't pay that receipt in 30 days. Okitegeera. The DMC ticket is about 60. Becomes 50% if you don't pay in 30 days. So it's that's how it becomes expensive. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So and bw'oba tosobola gaba nguzi oba tosobola kwogera bulungi na traffic, you'll always get the receipts. Like me, if a police officer stops me, tunyumya netunyumira bw'onyimiriza nga nyina ekisaanyizo kye siina ntuula netunyumya paka bungamba genda banzi siina nguzi yakugaba tunyumya. That's why I make sure that my car is in tip-top condition. I make sure I have everything, permit, simanya biki nga msirika itaina changama nti oba kino tekiriiko oba kino. I even have a fire extinguisher in my car. Yeah? I even have a first aid kit in my car. Those are the things that probably a police officer would say ngate ina kino. I have all those things. Okitegeera. Kati tunyumya sivao. So I think they're affordable. You just make sure that your car is in good condition. Make sure you have a good a driving license. Make sure you put on your seatbelt. Always my seatbelt is on. Make sure your passenger has there's a time I was with my wife. We were in the industrial area. The traffic officer stopped us. She wasn't putting on a seatbelt. But when the guy stopped us, he said, he was a northerner. He said, my brother, you put the window down, I work. So he got the seatbelt and put it on her like this. Hey, I'm working. I want her to pay me. I'm working. He put the seatbelt on her. And after he said, Madam, you pay me. I've worked. You pay me. She gave him water. She gave him money to buy soda. And then he walked away. I've worked. I tell you, she said, I've not told her. Just like that, so Dungu, you want a Mark II Grand. Now the Mark II Grand, I'll be honest, you can't get it at less than 10 million. Probably you can get at 10, but I don't want to guarantee. I would actually tell you to have like have about 13, 14 million. You may not use it all, but just have it, because ideally it doesn't make sense, okay, for you to buy a car at 10 million and insert 3 million if you can buy a car at 12.5 or 13 million where you don't have to fix anything. Let me tell you one thing about garages. If you have to go to the garage, it wastes a lot of your time. Yeah, you guys are welcome, 61 people. Thank you for watching this broadcast. This is Arthur, and how do I keep this broadcast going? To broadcast, the money that comes from you guys that watch. I do pre-purchase inspection. If you're going to buy a car, I help you choose the right car. I come with a mechanic to make sure you get a car that is in good tip-top condition, to get a car that will not disturb you in the end. But we also make sure that you get a car at a good price. Now, we charge for this service. We charge 400,000 right now. Until December 2023, we charge 400,000 shillings. So you pay that money and we come help you make a choice. Now, what's my job in all this? I'm a guardian angel to make sure that you make the right choice. Because you may buy a car that is good when it's actually not the right choice. That's also a good thing for you to understand. You may buy the car you want at a good price when it's not the right car. I'll give you an example. The gentleman that bought a Raum from the bond, he was going to buy a Spacio on UBD at 25 million. We went and got a Raum new. He was the first owner in Uganda at 26. Now, the car he wanted was good, probably the right price, but it wasn't the right car. So the right car was the Raum from the bond. Katweta go muntu that will work in your interest. Weta go muntu atagenda kujja kulya njawulo, and that's why you pay the 400,000 shillings. Now that's how I keep this live broadcast going every day, because from that money I keep some money for and then I keep this, because every day I do this live broadcast. We use about 1.5 GBs of data. Now Ugandan data is not cheap. Rogers, the Exiga is not bad, but why would you buy the Exiga? That thing looks ugly. Can I get a Spacio old model at 8 million regardless of the number plate? Yes, if you don't care about the number plate, there are chances you can get. But now, the other thing that I want you guys to understand when you're buying a car is prices are subject to availability. If the Mark IIs are very available, you guys are Italians, and Naguda Mark II ku million is certain. You cannot believe. Ngeri ku UAR yali ya manyo na yenga namu eje navuga omwaka mulamba nga sikanise ya de chintu. UAR, it was nice. Of course, AC yali takolange yono kafamai kawa no kali kamenyefu te yali ko ya domupira n'ogumu. Okay, it wasn't as good as this Mark II that we bought, but I got it at 3.5. But trust me, it had beams 2000. Nsobola kuwa million 5 yoganonyeza Mark II. Erimu beams 2000 nga namune ekubula. Wachitegera. But that car I bought in 2020. Wachitegera. Arthur, do you have some nice Mark II Grand? I want a car that is owned, not brokers, no bonds. What happens, live life, is I have no idea where those cars are. And if you come for me to do pre-purchase inspection, you will see how we work. I don't even have numbers of brokers. And all the people that I have numbers for, most of them are in bonds. And you will see that I don't even make phone calls of brokers because it's money. But we go to Nonya Fena. That's why you pay 400,000, because kunywa mafuta. Anyone together, and then we check until we get the car that works for you. Can I get a Subaru Forester at 8 million regardless? Yes, you can. And a Forester million take utawanye. Bright likes. Million take utawanye Forester, but you can get. Anyway. How much that was the tax on the Raum from the bond? I don't know. Just know for us, we just bought 26 and they gave us. We just bought a car complete. So I did not do the math to know what the tax was. We bought the tax, you're meaning the price. We paid 26 million. Mr. Arthur, let me save my money very well, because as a person, I want a car that can manage peaks and drops. But my target is around 14. Yeah, 14 to 5 for 15 is a very good budget, by the way. Subaru XT is a very good car. Vian is going to come to the podcast. And yes, thank you, Mavo Gadget Center. Guys, you like the broadcast. There is a thumbs up button once. Like the broadcast. We are 65 people. Let's like the broadcast 65 times. And if you can, please share this broadcast. Share in WhatsApp groups. Share on Facebook. or share to your contacts on Facebook that like cars, so that they can also, because this broadcast is since people are buying cars, it's important. After me, I still want a Primo Super or model of 8 million. Super angaba zisela, but I'm sure you can get. If you don't get super 8 super you million 10. What are they saying? I think you guys that like Primo Super, you like it too much that the people that have them overprice them. 8 million and Impreza 1.5 regardless. Yes, you can get, if you don't care about the number plate, but you'll get the old model. You'll not get this model that is on. So after, what's the better between Exiga and Forester? You buy the Forester. Who is going to buy your Exiga if you want to upgrade? You get, no one will want to buy your Exiga when you want to upgrade, but people will buy your Forester when you want to upgrade. Exiga chirabika bubi banange. Chiringa chipsamu, chiringa chigaya, chiri otechitegerekeka. Don't buy. My first time to hear on YouTube, mbadde nkulabira ku TikTok. Amina, thank you for being here. Like the broadcast. The thumbs up button is down there. Wansawa ukusimu yao. You like the broadcast. Now, you guys, I've told you the way I keep this broadcast going, because I do it Monday to Monday. Monday to Friday, the broadcast is in the morning, 7:15 a.m. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we have the broadcast in the evening at 5:15 p.m. Mbava mujimu ngamba kakola. Chitegera olumu mbava ku mulimu because olumu njiri bamu. Na ye, how we keep this going is by doing pre-purchase inspection for you guys. Netufuna ya akasente akamne tukateka ku data msigalanga we can do this broadcast. Akasente akane nkola mu research because I have to research. Ochitegera katinga we are going to do the podcast, then you invest in resources like that. Echilala chenkola, I sell car tracking devices. Device tracker is 350 and 450 depending on what it does. Then you can control your car on the phone. You can even turn off the engine remotely using your phone. Even if you are in the UK and the car is in Uganda, you can turn off the engine and they will not be able to start the car until you turn it back on. So makanika ani omubi wajana be motoka yo osobola turning off engine turning it off we kuma batachyasobola kweyongera yo maaso okitegeera. Then the tracker for 450, you can actually call the car. You call the tracker and you listen to what people in the car are saying okitegeera. So trackers, I do pre-purchase inspection, and then I sell car alarms at 250,000. That's how I keep this broadcast going. What do I do? Because sometimes people ask, first of all, I'm a professional marketer. I do marketing. Sagara kukuba nyobo gombe na yego chobo manyanti. I'm a very efficient marketer in all fields. And then I'm a performing artist. I direct, I produce plays and TV shows. I produce films. I have a TV show that is coming to Pearl Magic this September. It's going to be live on Pearl Magic. It's called it's going to be on Pearl Magic Local. It's a very nice show. You guys should watch out for it. I directed and produced it. So that's one of the things that I do, one of the many things that I do. And then I'm a car enthusiast. That's why I do this broadcast, because I love cars, and I thought what better way to actually make an impact as a car lover than to actually have a platform where we can share knowledge, we can share experiences. To the extent that I don't want that to happen to anyone else. There's a story I'm going to tell you guys. I'm still compiling that story. I'm going to make a very big video about it. And I was really disappointed. The way Ugandans do business is not good at all. It's not good at all. Not good at all. But I'm still compiling that story. It's about cars, definitely about cars. But, man, surviving in Uganda is hard. But I'll tell you. Okay, Vianney the podcast and those all of us will be Subaru diehards. After I was actually invited for Subarfest. It's happening 30th. It's happening on 30th, and I was invited for Subarfest. They even told me they wanted me to be a judge. About to judge what? So I'm going to be at Subarfest. I'll have some videos for you. Probably you'll turn into Subaru diehards then. Yeah, but I'll be at Subarfest. I know it was Vianney's doing that. They Yabagami Munonye Asta Ajek Subarfest and Subaru. Amina Champion Morgan, thank you for enjoying. Nange Nyumirwa Nyonga Ambira and Gabriel from Uganda. Good morning, Mercy J. Martha, Ipsam is not ugly. va ku motoka yange. Ipsa musimbi no na chigaya chiringa gundi. Can you fix a tracking device on a motorcycle? A tracking device katono nyo by the way. Sikatono nyo, but it can be fixed in a motorcycle. Soon I will call you. We go buy Alex or Ranex at 15. Yes, that one we can get. My first time. Okay. Antonio Ipsam really looks okay. How can I get a Wish UB series? I Wish UB series have about 18, 20, 21 million now. What? Arthur, for those who want to relocate, shift. I'm the guy. Live Life UG. Bana, if you want to shift, Live Life, you have a shifting track, right? Kati chogendo kola. Unakuwa missing the marketing Tuesday. On Market Tuesday will come and share your phone number. Viani alimba. Na hii ampise kugundi. Kati muchimanye Live Life UG has a track. I'm not going to allow you to share your phone number today. That was supposed to be done yesterday, Live Life UG. But one thing you can note that I can host you on the podcast, and then you can tell us about your business on the podcast. Practice is a good car. It has a 1NZ engine, but the newer model of the 1NZ engine is a very good car. So I would actually encourage you to buy it. No problem. So today with Mark II, how we bought the Mark II. Like the broadcast, the thumbs up button down there under your phone. Can I get a Mark X at 14 in UB series? No, it won't be good. You can, but it might not be good. Sijagamba it won't, but it might not be good. Because you find that people have Mark X's that are UAZ that are really nice. Because after Z we come to UB. There are possibilities that you can get a UBA, UBB at around 14, but it might not be that good. Jakwesa anti ojifuna ate no mano ojisamu million bili mojikanika obo ojifunye ku 16 okitegeera. So but I was telling you that ekintu kyogenda mu garage kimala obudde bungi. That's why it's always better that you buy a car that you're not going to go to the garage. Okitegeera. Nga if you need to go to the garage, then probably you go to the garage after 4 or 5 months. That's a very good thing. So that's one of the reasons why we chose the Mark II that we bought. Until all the other Mark IIs that we watched, we saw zade zetago kanikirawo ezimu zetaga genda kulanje there and then. But this Mark II yabadde ya muntu nga avuga motoka yiye. Okitegeera. The AC was working. Era tubazo okugituleetera utwagisasuyida we nakubidde ebifaananyi. Ne bagitokosanga erimu AC for a very long time. Actually I told this guy, manchi obokola, you drive this car in AC. Because you totally lose nothing. You drive this car in AC geno tekemu amafuta. Era we yabadde atunda. He's a very good student. Yaga Arthur sinza kwemalako sente zonna. Inokusigazamu aze mafuta. Mga gendo tekemu amafuta ga mtwalo nga 10. Navugira mu AC you lose nothing. Okitegeera. But price practice, how much should it be? 15 million. 15 million is the price that I expect for you to get a good practice. Yesterday he was present, but next Tuesday, inshallah. Yeah, you guys, when we do Market Tuesday, please come and share contact information. It should be very, 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 very important. I'm going to try and find out a way to sort it. The issue is that I cannot write myself. I can't write on those comments. I think that's the way YouTube controls that. I don't influence the things that are written here. I can't write. I can't delete comments. It's YouTube that holds the comments. I don't know why they hold. I'm going to find that out. So after we saw all these cars, we tried to bargain with these guys. And then I because I knew the 500k was for the brokers, so I told them, broker. Let's give him the 9 million because our maximum budget was 9 million. We could have gotten a Mark II that was cheaper, but they were all not good. I want you guys to understand this. There are cheap Mark IIs, but all the Mark IIs we saw were not as good as this Mark II. Why would I buy Mark II and then spend a 500, 600,000 trying to fix the SC? Why would I buy a Mark II and spend 250 putting a windscreen? Why would I buy a Mark II and spend 100,000 washing the interior? Why would I buy Mark II and then spend 300,000, 400,000 buying a radio and then spend 200,000 buying a woofer? Okitegeera nti waliwo ebintu omuntu by'ateeka mu mmotoka ye nga bijongera value. ngera naye akiraba okitegeera. So that's how that Mark 2 got to 9 million. Nti nange nga mpulira that can't we get a cheap one? Can't we get a cheaper one? Nenga all the cheaper ones are not good. So I want you guys to understand Mark 2 Musota as a project car 5 million is good. Yes, as a project car it will be good, but it will have a lot of work to do. Ojja kugigula $1,500,000 omalize ng'ogimalidde mu million endala nga 4. As long as you're okay with that, it will be okay, because at 5 million egenda kuba yatomeramu, egenda kuba oyina ogikola esi, because weba yatomeramu awo obutimba bwa bonna bwayatika, oyina okugula obutimba, oyina okugula enseke, okitegeera. Probably ojja kugula nose cut, and the nose cut will cost you like probably like 900, the nose cut. Then oyina ogifuuwa, ogula emipiira egyo, ogiteekemu sound system. Famaika ono amenyeka nnyo, ojja kuba olina okugula famaika, okitegeera. Ebiseera ebimu n'ekyo ekiwempe ekyo wansi nakyo kimanyi okufa, so you have to buy it as well. Bifa nnyo these door panels, so you may also have to fix that. Then as a project car, because it will be cheap, the entire suspension will be trashed, so you have to cut. As long as you know the cost implication, then you're good to go. But a Mark 2 Musota at 5 million, you know, kunoonyezamu akabanga. You tell the brokers, njagala Mark 2 Musota ya million taneba. The way the cars are priced nowadays, nze chinkanga no kunkanga. Right now, this is the time where someone, 2022, someone would have 10 million and woof, 10 million is good budget. But right now, someone can call you na million 12 tugenda kugula moroka chinjagala ine moro. Ne munonya we mujifuna ngate dabika. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Nti munonya mujje moroka million 10 ngate mukola ki. Sorry, Afejimare, Salmin was so surprised the Musota to go up to that amount and to have ice cold SC. Anti kakati Antonio, ebintu bingi byongera value ku motoka. The first thing is, emotoka jojja onovuga nga toyina kyokanika. Okitegeera. You know, we normally when we go to cars, makanika wange afuna kye yeeronda. Ojja kujja tukole kino, ojja kujja tukole kino, ojja kujja. Emotoka eri yabuliddwa kye yeerondako. Okitegeera. Yabuliddwa kye yeerondako ng'ekintu ekyamaanyi oli kyayina okukola kuyiwa oil, which is service. Okitegeera. Nga tetuyina kye tugyerondako. Okujjako kye twagambye kugisitulamu, because you see, if you look at the pictures, that Mark 2 eri wansi muko, which is what the Mark 2s are meant to be, because they are speed merchants. And bogisitula, you're also raising the chances of it rolling. Okitegeera. My friend got a Mark X USZ 15 million, but found out that it is worth the money. It is. Deep in coffee, it is. Can I get a good Spacio at 18 million with nothing to repair? Yes, it's possible. It's possible. I can't say it's not possible, but the way Spacios are priced, man, the beimu. So Antonio, mbadde nkyakugamba nti nze nange saali kitegedde kuba Mark 2 idea ya UAN in 2022. In 2020 ze wanagulira Mark 2. UAN yali badde ya million nga 6. Naira yali badde tekola SC. Yali badde teyina ebyo byonna. Era olwali juguze bwoti nga you have to go buy a radio. Teyali badde muna radio. You have to buy that Formica. You have to put a woofer yourself. Teyali badde as cleaners. Eri moroka yabadde nga ekyali ko original nga ne spare tire yagiramu yekyalimu. Okitegeera? That's how good it was. Nti these guys kept their car properly. In the first where we bought that car, babadde mu ne moroka endala 3. They had a Pajero. I think it was a family home. They had a Pajero. They had a Caldina. Babadde mu na kimoroka ekirala. They had a number of cars at home. Ngezimu zibatuddeko n'emipiira. Okitegeera. So it seems like they have a number of cars that they drive. Yeah. Whoever likes this broadcast I'm going to send you. You guys like the broadcast. We have 64 people online, but then we have only 48 likes. Let's like the broadcast. Like and share. Like and share. Like and share. Arthur, please enlighten me about this car engine. When they talk about CC, does it mean all cars? Yes, ideally it should be like that. But the consumption, Frank Wassa, also depends on how you maintain the car. How good are the plugs? How good is the air cleaner? How big tires you have? How aggressively do you drive? How good is the fuel pump? How good are the nozzles? There are so many other things. How does the AC affect the consumption? Which roads do you drive on and all that? I mean, to me, influencing a fuel consumption. You can find a car that has the same amount of the same cc's into it's only 1.5 liters or 1,500 cc's, but one car consumes more fuel than the other, which take it. So but ideally they should be consuming the same. Also there are cars that consume, like if you bought a Subaru 2-liter Subaru and you bought a 2-liter Toyota, the 2-liter Subaru might consume more than a 2-liter Toyota, which take it. Arthur, you have talked of door panels. Is there any way specific those door panels are sold? Yes, they are, but they're kind of expensive, especially for like the Mark II, because the door panels of the Mark II, Mark X, Zifanyo, so they are very expensive to buy. But they are there even in Chiseka market. Arthur, what's so special about Toyota Primo X 2010? I don't find it. You see, the day we bought a Subaru, I looked at the Primo X. This guy was contemplating, and I would have taken Serifan was Subaru. But Toyota Primo X, of course, this was in 2010. This was, I think, 2005. We looked at this Primo, and then the Impreza. Trust me, I'm not a Subaru fan, but I'll take the Impreza any day. There is nothing special. It's just an overpriced car. I think abasajja abalina mu kusente bagiguze nnyo. Kati ne twesanga naffe abatalina sente ate okuba twagala emmotoka eziriko nga we have to buy it. Okay. So I find that there's nothing really special about that car. Okuja konti, it's people just like it. Ata Famaika yaliwa. Famaika is that thing that is here near the radio, but for it, it's had the wood finishing. Gubaita Famaika. Deep in coffee, you just like the broadcasting. Whereas the airtime, atencha ngura bundazi wa Arthur was trying to do tours no longer. Munanga anti abana bange bali mu holiday, so sichaba twala kusomero. So ebasi batwala kusomero si iteyo. Okitegeera. The Primo X is overpriced. I see, because we are buying a Primo X UBF, ngaba tugama million 23. Okitegeera. And then this guy wa Impreza tried to musiza paka million 22, and it was a UBL. It was much more comfortable. It looked better for a young person. For me, I felt he wasn't married. Katachiguza Primo X ngatoli married. Primo X teronda bi baby. Okitegeera. Naye ate Impreza esobola okulonda bi baby. Era omwana wa Impreza akulyako ki baby ngo oyimidde ne Primo yo. So I asked him, are you married? No. Kati, let's buy the Impreza so that bi baby olonda paka bono olonda mucho oyagala. Okitegeera. Calm down. Think before you speak. Slow your speech. Ray. Chichi Ray. A friend of mine has just bought a Primo X UBG 34 million. Oyombede. Ye live life. Oyombede 34 million. Aina senteze. Otherwise, Toyota Oppa not liked. I actually like the Toyota Oppa personally. Njagala, me, I like it. It has the same engine as the Primo new model, 1.8. Was kulonda bi baby necessary? Gwe, umwana wa Subaru Impreza akulonda ko bi baby. Umwana wa Subaru akulonda ko bi baby. Nga gulya wa Primo yo. Which area specifically can one get a deep car interior wash? I can't say which area, because bonabona nze my mechanic has recommended people mbo yayoza nyo interior emito ne jiguba. I was disappointed. Atola gawa. Ateba bakuba kubiri. Nenga yangambya ajja. Oba kunganya balala sigala ngo okuba naye ngambya ajja. Whose message has been held for review? Kanjirabe. Ray ono gayo no Ray agambye calm down, think before you speak, slow your speech. Ray buttons of holding your comments for review. YouTube returns of holding your comments. I don't know. Comment je bakute igamba, you sound like a typical ignorant African. I don't know who this guy is. He's new to this broadcast. I simanyi yavuddewa, but I'm imagining naye yavudde ku TikTok. My TikTok inayo abantu abalinga ono bayitirivu. Ray, tell me about yourself. Arthur, I'm looking for you. I need a car. I have 7 million. Can I get it? Ati kastomanya emmotoka kyezigwa mu million 7. Okitegeera. Kibina, Kikumi, Ipsam, Gaya, Nenadia terimu, Primo old model 12 2000 liters, 2000 cc. The old model. Let me mute you a little bit. Yo mwana wa TikTok, yo mwana wa TikTok atasuka ate broker, either broker oba makanika. Mbadde ndi kuki? Mbadde ndi mukogera ku simu. Subaru Impreza new model 2012-2010, they lose very, very quickly. Is it because of their CVT or they are unreliable? It's because people don't really like Subarus. That's the only reason. People like Toyotas, and that's something that I've been telling people time and again. People like Toyotas. Ekintu kasita okiyiga nti abantu baagala nnyo Toyota. Okitegeera. You can't go wrong. But Subarus, they look nice. Bobo gula moroka yonga togenda kutunda. You buy your Subaru and enjoy. Era nabagamba nti majority of people that buy Subarus, they buy Subarus because they are passionate about Subarus. Okitegeera. They don't just buy Subarus. Okitegeera. They buy Subarus because they love Subarus. Abana mbaleke basome. I've unmuted. Arthur, it's raining in town, just in case you're still home. Munanga I'm home, nze n'amazzi nguze n'ekimoroka ky'amazzi ewanga amazzi inkuba yaganya okutonya amazzi mu tanka gaawedde mukati nva kugula amazzi. Kirabike ne waffe eno mu byalo enkuba ajja kutonya mwezi gujja. Era omusajja ava okunkubira wa kimoroka ky'amazzi aleeta amazzi gwe nninzi. No problem, Ben Kako. Sanji Fonsol. At how much can I get a good Alex with nothing to fix? I can't tell you that there will be nothing to fix. If you want a car that has nothing to fix, to get them bondi baba, there are chances that you'll get a car of your color. The times that we get a car that has nothing to fix, these are rare times. Chovola I'm going to aguze to market trading a mechanical and anonya chironda kotakolachi. Gatachiraba. This is very rare. The person is not even selling. Those are the chances that you'll get a car that is like that. After I need a low consumption car below 7 million. Kosa Chikumi. Kosa na Chikumi ze moroka zenda ba uzoyinza ofuna nga tezinywa. Kosa ne Chikumi moroka chenda da ugenda. Tewali Kosa na Chikumi. Mugaize be moroka yatabuka. We have got a Subaru ambassador soon. As I'm not a Subaru ambassador, like I'm telling you, but the sound is good, Mavo Gadget. ndo oleka gwe omanyi the YouTube delays a little olabiko kyali mukulaba wali wekoze eki wembadde muting. Anyway guys, ngenda basiibula nno nyina ogenda noli guy but even bond cars sometimes there are small things to fix. Exactly. Mpozi ngogenze mu Toyota Uganda. Mpozi ngogenze mu Toyota Uganda. The Spacio new gibalire million 15-16 ekitono. Wakitegeera. Let me send these guys. Listen. Mujeba le baba. Charles.
Kuzunga n'abantu
badde nsaba nga bano bakuba amadaala ongendere wali kacaaci omufune ku musajja w'ekimotoka ky'amazzi akaba katuli kyabo nga bw'okuba amasimu
oliwa
oba osobola okugamba olwo nabunonerako w'ekimotoka ky'amazzi wali kacaaci omanyiwo
yangu wako bambi.
Sorry about that, someone else called me. Nayenga ate before Ray guy disturbed you, Nimbas had asked if you can get an Impreza at 8 million regardless of the number plate. Yes, Ibanda, you can get an Impreza at 8 million, no problem. Yes, you can get Subaru Impreza 1.5 at 8 million regardless of the number. Yes, it's very possible. Kasoba ngateweronze your number. Now, one thing you guys need to understand is that Subarus are not are quite a little more expensive to repair than Toyotas. To keep on the roads, abeimu. Ntirabo jigula at 8 million. Eyinzo kulyamu koka cent okolachi. Okumira kuba. That's why it's very rare for one to find. It's rare for one to find an Impreza on like UAF, UAG ngatezaliyo. Ata what about chikumi kumi at 7 million tejja kuba nnungi nnyo. Sorry guys. Subaru Ambassador, I mean Vianney, for the love of cars will fall in love. I mean, nzeka nange nchaga nange falling in love. How is Toyota Kluger fuel consumption? Kluger will be 2.4 liter. So, enywanga kawundo. How much is Raum new model? Mubondi, fetwajigule milioni 2 mu mukaga. It can go higher, but I think it can go lower sometimes. Njagala Spacio new model in UB series. What's the range? 16, 17, 18 and above. Kenya, it's impossible. I think people here, they got love for Toyotas. No, people can love Subarus, by the way. Olabanze nagoba primo nengambuga igula Subaru because the Subaru was better. Washtegera Raum old model second hand plate. anymore that we can get a new one from the bond at that price. Arthur, why is Mark X cheaper than Mark Grand cars in all bond? And why is Mark Grand overpriced these days? Because the Mark II Grand, of course, it's comfortable. It will give the comfort, almost the comfort of the Mark X, okay? But it will give the fuel consumption will be lower. Ateze moroka tezifa, even maintenance is very cheap. Sijagamba cheap, it's very affordable because tezifa, tezina chezifa, atogegenda fachi. Wachitegeera. Yeah, mwabagayi lwaki temuzikiza nemba siibula. So that's the story of the Mark II. Someone is calling me right now angamba ina brevis efudde brakes ng'agenda Lugazi. Wachitegeera. He's asking me whether to sell the brevis and get another car or to just repair his brevis. Era bike mutawanyizaamu n'agikola. Let me just answer this call. Brevis is hell. Brevis aba abantu bazigula batunuddewa bannange. Deep in Coffee, Mugalasi Joshua, Nick Wabuyi, Richard Nabong, Bukenya Abi, Nsereko Starch, Andrew Okuni, Martha Director, Martha Academy, Antonio, Little Boss Ronnie, Mr. Sengendo Abdul, 1AJ, Sereko Starch, M. Musa, Dusabe Darius. Mzee, badde nsaba. Bagambe bakuwe. Council Patrick Asiku, Karemire Gordon, Antonio Nimba Services, Bukenya Abi, Mr. Richie UG, Bali Kudembe Joseph, Ruburwa Chris Fitness, Abubeka Asimwe, Access News, Raymond Sechibule, Aijuka Blair, Kauma Derek, Innocent Mugabi, Brian Bwire, King Daniels, Muonge Richard, Champion Morgan, Mavo Gadget Center, Feel Good Music, Pasco Joseph, Dungu Rogers, Frank Waswa, Nsanji Phone Solutions, Bright Likes, Benjamin B, Oriech Eric, Dungu Rogers, Nkwogeddeko, Ibrahim Chibuka, Chris Da Vinci, Brian Wanyama, Easy Media Network, Derek Mwesije, Gabriel from Uganda, Super Traders Academy, Kambesi J. You guys, thank you for being. Namwabali Mukamoli, I don't take you for granted. Yeah, don't forget we have broadcast every day, Monday, Friday, 7:15 a.m. and Saturday and Sunday our broadcasts are at 5:15 p.m. Mbava mujimu kakolamu obolu mumbamba kuyiriba Makwandanga Rollings. Yes. Karim Ray banange Ray obo busungu obujja wa muganda wange neba naye mugezeko butajja na busungu wano. You come with mujenga obusungu nga butono. You come with a proper oraba nga viani bwajja naganedde ekyo tekigatta. We can actually have these sessions live on the podcast. If you disagree with something I say, you can challenge me. Nenkuleta ku podcast nojja gobyo byenjogere bita making a sense jam ku podcast tubenga bali mu debate. You text me on WhatsApp. Businje Mark, Benjamin B, Derek Chega, Raymond Wassa, Access News, Andrew Okuni, Brian Wanyama, Amon Boyle, Kasule Zach, Bali Kudembe Joseph, Mark W, Ibrahim, Ibanda Bernard, Ben Kako, Kasule Zach, King Daniels, Abasa Paul, Ray Malik, yes, muroza siba mazeyo nno. Baluku Nobat, Ray mutadeko mu time out. I want to hire you to help me buy a car. How much? Ray Malik, my pre-purchase inspection service is at 400,000 between now and December 2023. January 2024 it will be 600,000. Number yangu description. Yes. Yeah. Baba guy mwebale nnyo kumpagira, mwebale nnyo kubeeranga ku broadcast zino. Mwebale nnyo. Podcast nagezezaako okwongera okugoba echo n'okwongera soundproofing. So I'm thinking the next time I do the test, it will actually be much better. Alice, how much can I get a good condition chibina? 5 million, 6 million. Moroko jaji sanga chibina ejja kuba eyimiridde. Okitegeera. Chibina eza million esatu bogenda kuteekamu ssente nnyingi. Okitegeera, but 5 million, 6 million chibina ejja kuba nga nnungi. Yes. Antonio ebintu abitegeera kati. But anyway guys, muzikirize mbasibule. I'll see you tomorrow morning. And then don't forget, we have question Friday. On Friday you can ask all the questions you like. Ebibuzo byonna bye mumbuzo right in the CBD muje mu bibuze ku Friday 7:15 AM. Nencha we tuli nyonyonyo. I wish you a very lovely day guys. Gerald Sonko, yes otusensibula. Chemanyine Ali Sareka atunsensibula. Ne mukama abawo mukisa guys. I'll see you tomorrow at 7:15. Ciao.